Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy. Today I'm working on an A4 size canvas which is roughly 11 by 8. I'm doing this raven sat on like a chest. It could be a treasure chest or something, I don't know, whatever you want to incorporate it to be. But he's actually looking out the window, so he's like on guard, and I thought this was a pretty cool painting and something different as well. So I wanted that bit of a moon glow going on, so we're just getting in the moon and then actually just putting the window frame in with like a bluey grey. Now I'm going back in, putting a bit of a glow around the moon, but concentrating on them dark values as well, the further I get away from the moon. So on the left hand side, I've done a bit of a drawing of some brickwork, and on the right side, I'm going to do a bit more textured work. So I thought that would just pretty cool just to bring that into the painting. It'll draw your eye in because you've got quite a little bit of detail there on the left. As you'll see as we get further on the video, I'll do more of a textured scene, like a more of a stucco wall on the back there. I'm just using some blues, some pinks, some purples. I'm keeping it relatively dark at the moment. And then I'll come back in and just put the light highlights on to outline some of the bricks. Same principle here, using them pinks, blues, purples, and maybe, not maybe, it is phthalo green in there as well. And same on the floor there, just getting that blue on the right hand side and a bit lighter here on the left, obviously because the moon's going to be glowing in the window just slightly there, hitting the floor. Make sure you've got a nice dark shadow under the chest too. So I'm just going to fill this in with the dark value again, just to get it nice and dark. So I've got some really good contrast for when I put the highlights on. So I'm just using an ultramarine blue and some burnt umber and a tiny little bit of purple. Just using a small filbert brush just to rough guide it in at the moment. Then I'll change brushes to get more of an accurate drawing going. Another layer on my moon. I want that quite bright. I want it quite of a focal point, yeah? So your eye's going to be drawn to that and this nice glow coming through the actual window. I'm lightening it now. I haven't gone too light yet. I'm just putting my mid-tones in. So never go too bright too soon. You'll lose your actual contrast of what you're trying to paint. So don't forget, we've got to make things stand out like you're looking at it in real life, like it's 3D, like a 3D object. So remember, layers, they always work, especially in acrylics, when you layer up, let each layer dry and build it up from there. So now I've gone for more of a detailed brush. I'm just putting some lighter values in on the chest itself, like these little studs going down the actual metal bars there. And getting some lighter values going. Now I've had to use my ruler just to get them lines a bit straight, especially at the top. And then once you've got a few straight, you can follow the rest by racking your eye, yeah? I've glazed in again a nice dark purple, just to glaze that brightness back. I don't want it too bright, especially down at the bottom. Making sure you've got a nice shadows in as well. Still using that little round brush. I'm putting some like wood grain here, but just using that dark value again, just to rough guide some like wood type looking effect of the chest before I come back and put any highlights on. I'm now building it up. I'm going a bit lighter as I go, especially on top, nearest to the window where the moon's shining through, like I'm doing here, highlighting the actual windowsill. Another little layer on my moon to get it nice and bright and glowy. I find using a little detail brush, they're quite nifty because you can get quite a bit done with them. It's surprising. And you can get some good effects. You can get some nice dry brushing effects with them as well as getting your nice detail work done. Now going back to my filbert brush, I'm just doing a nice soft dry brushing now. That's why I've changed brushes. Adding these purples and oranges, and I want to add all this onto my brickwork and the wall here on the back. So it's ideal for that, for dry brushing. And what I mean by dry brushing here, there's no water on my brush, it's just pure paint, but hardly any paint on the brush. So you load up your colour, mix it how you want it, and then wipe off the excess. So you've just got a tiny little dusting of paint on your brush. I'm just filling the raven in. So I've gone with a nice phthalo blue with a touch of white. Then I've gone to a nice dark indigo blue for the darker values of the actual raven. But we had a good help at the beginning because we had a nice dark blue anyway. But by just adding that little bit of white to the phthalo blue, look how he stands out, but without being too bright, obviously, because he is dark, he's not a bright coloured bird. And then you can just come back in and do some glazing like I'm doing. Just get a nice glaze, make sure it's dry. Then glaze him again with a nice thin glaze of dark. And I'm using that same colour with a tiny little bit of purple again. Just to scrumble inside that windowsill and in between his little feet there. Now I've gone to a more greeny colour, so it's a bit of greeny gold colour I'm using here with a bit of yellow. Like I said with this brush before, that it's quite nifty. You can do quite a little bit of dry brushing and detail work like I'm doing now. So make sure the brush is fairly dry. I'm going lighter again on the chest in some areas by using that sienna orange colour. A tiny little bit of red. Just give it that nice little pop, that nice rusty colour feel. Keep it dark at the bottom. We don't want too much detail at the bottom there where I'm working now. We'll keep that quite subdued, so it is in the shadows. Get a bit of detail here on his feet. Another nice dark glaze going on there in between his feathers. So you've hardly that brighter blue standing out, but what a difference it makes, just that little bit. That's all you need. And try and work methodically, you know what I mean? Do it in sections. Don't try and get it all done at once. Try and work round the actual image. Now dry brushing again with fan brush, stiff bristle fan brush, just to get a bit of a glow coming through on that moon. Just shining through the window there. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. If you do, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate that. And you can leave me a comment. I appreciate that as well. I always get back to you. Any questions, feel free to ask. And also, if you like paintings, I have a Facebook group you can join. You can check the links for that in the description box as well. Thanks a lot. On screen now are 2 videos you may like to watch, and if you're not already subscribed, click on my face and be sure to click the icon bell to get a notification. As always, thanks for watching and create something wonderful. See you all soon on my next video.